Hello, everyone. My name is Alicia Kissy, and I would like to talk to you today about mandatory continuing education for lawyers. And it's going to be about enhancing professional competence. Mandatory continuation education ensures lawyers stay updated on changing laws and best practices. Competent representation will require that the lawyer to have the legal knowledge, skill, and conduct. Continued education maintains professional competence, enhances client services, supports the rule of law. Benefits of mandatory continuing education for lawyers: staying current with changing laws and regulation. This improves their trial skills and techniques, enhancing their ethics and professionalism. Now, we all in our lifetime have an experience of a lawyer, whether it have been personal injury, criminal, intellectual property, family, contracts, bankruptcy, divorce, or even business. Now, I've had to use a lawyer once. Don't want to talk the business, but I've went through bankruptcy before. Had an excellent lawyer when I went through that process. And you can kind of tell that that lawyer did have some continual mandatory education, which was necessary, did an awesome job. I've also had an experience in my lifetime with a divorce of using a lawyer, and I actually used a husband and wife lawyer team. They had over 25 years experience. Wife had enormous amount of knowledge. The husband, I assume, did not so much. Now, even though he's been in it for like 25 years over, he was lacking. He was not diligent like the wife was when handling my divorce case. So she took over the case and he took like a sideline. So that's where that mandatory continuation of education needs to come into play. Maintaining competency among lawyers. Many have studied the subject, measuring for assuring competency and recognize the need. Now, in the United States, there are 5 mechanisms under consideration which might help with continuous competency among lawyers. Continuing education for lawyers for recertification to maintain professional competence. The laws in some areas change each year, and this calls for continuing competency training. Because when things are steadily changing, then the education needs to change too, and they have to move with that time to stay updated. There are some basic concepts of a modern occupation of a lawyer, and one is making a living, but the lawyer needs to maintain specialized knowledge. Hybrid plan that involves specialization in certain areas of practice combined with periodic reexamination and mandatory continued training. Continuing legal education is a program that is unique, which began in Dallas, Texas in 1936. Continued legal education was a method selected by 56% of attorneys in 1976 to maintain a lawyer's competency. Mandatory continuing education ensures provide high quality services and for that lawyer to stay competent. Lawyers that hope to continue to practice must take certain education classes. The lawyer must prove that they have acquired the equivalent knowledge to provide it to the bar. As I stated before, you would want a lawyer that is competent. You would want this lawyer to take a mandated training to stay on top of their legal needs when they're dealing with your case. You don't want a lawyer that's just sitting back, just like, you rode a bike some years ago, and then when you get on and you're a little rusty and you need to get back up and retrain and retrain. So this is what we want our lawyers to do. Take this mandatory continuation education. It would benefit them in the long run. Now, it's not mandatory that they do it, but we would like for it to be mandatory if you're going to serve the people. Thank you.